Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, happy Monday, everyone. As you get ready to head out the door to kick off a new work week here, a new school week across the area, just make sure you grab those winter coats. We've got a winter-like chill in the air as you step out the door this morning. How about 25 in Salt Lake City, 15 in Heber Valley, 16 in Vernal, 16 in Green River, 17 in Milford. We've got temperatures around 20 degrees in Cedar City. And notice, even as you get down towards St. George, temperatures flirting with the freezing mark this morning. Now, we don't have a lot of wind out there, but what little wind we do have, that's causing a little bit of a breeze, and it's just enough, even though it's very light, to knock the feels-like temperature down. So, take a look at some of these feels-like temperatures. We've got several locations where it feels like it's in the single digits this morning, and this is how you need to dress if you're going to be heading out to the bus stop, if you're going to be heading out to warm up the car, or if you're just going to be working outside this morning. It feels like it's 9 in Vernal right now, 9 in Wendover, feels like it's 14 in Price, feels like 15 in Green River, feels like it's 13 currently in Cedar City, and it feels like it's about 19 in Provo. So these wind chills a little cooler in some spots where you have a little bit of breeze here than the actual temperature. So please keep that in mind. As we walk you through your forecast for today, St. George, looking at temperatures dropping down near the freezing mark here over the next hour or two. But we quickly rebound with lots of sunshine. It actually should be a pretty nice day in St. George. We'll get to the mid-40s by lunchtime. And by this afternoon, I've got us with some fairly comfortable conditions with those highs climbing into the mid-50s. Now, the Wasatch Front, it's a little different story. Temperatures starting off in the teens and 20s. We'll get to the low 30s, I think, by the time we get towards your lunchtime. And this afternoon, we're likely going to kind of level off in the upper 30s. That's because you've got to have that inversion that's going to be strengthening throughout the day. So look for those hazy skies to be out there for us. That's going to be the big deal. But not just the haze, it's going to actually reduce the air quality as well. So please prepare for that as we go throughout the day. As far as temperatures go, they will hold at or slightly below average in most locations. Now, I have 30 showing up here on the map for us here along the Wasatch Front. That's in the valleys. You get above the inversion layer, above that in elevation, temperatures will be in the 40s as you get into the mountains. So please remember that as well. Here's a look at your weather story, though. No doubt about it here for us in the northern valleys. It's going to be the hazy inversion that's going to develop over the next several days, and it's because of this ridge of high pressure. We call it a blocking high pressure, which means it blocks any storm systems from moving in, so they go up and around us. And that's going to be the story here in the coming days. And underneath that high pressure, we see reduced air quality. You're already seeing that degrading a little bit here across portions of northern Utah. Right now here in Salt Lake County, the air quality is actually in the yellow category in the moderate range, and it will stay that way as we go throughout today. So it's not going to get any better. In fact, by the time we get into your Tuesday and Wednesday, I've got it in that code orange range. That's unhealthy for sensitive groups, which means now it's starting to impact folks with sensitivities to some of those respiratory illnesses. So please be aware of that. So Futurecast doesn't have a lot to show you. High pressure, hazy conditions, that's the story in the west all the way through most of this week. All the active weather will be off to the east where they'll have multiple storm systems, big fronts, big winter systems moving through. But we stay dry underneath that ridge of high pressure. Now, one thing I am going to be watching is as we get towards the end of the work week here, you're going to have this big cold trough off towards the east. But there are some hints that we may get this thing to back up enough, not to really bring us any precipitation, but it may be enough to give us what we call the inversion buster that moves through and kind of breaks up this inversion a little bit. We'll keep our fingers crossed. That's really all we've got in the forecast here over the next few days. St. George, lots of sunshine, temperatures going from the 50s into the 60s. Overall, very comfortable weather. Now, the Wasatch Front, a different story with that inversion haze, that sunshine, but the inversion will definitely not only create the haze, but reduce the air quality, potentially in that code orange category by the time we get towards the middle of the week. Highs will hold in the 30s in the valleys, but in the mountains across the north, your highs will likely be in the 40s. All right, let's get a check on your traffic as we get you out the door this morning. Again, you'll be able to see if you're traveling right now. This is I-15 southbound in the Centerville area. Things are looking pretty good out there for us. Now, we've got our typical Monday morning congestion, but no reports of any accidents or major incidents to tell you about at this time, which is great news. I-15 northbound in University Avenue here. This is in Utah County in Provo. You can see, folks are waking up, heading off on their morning commute. But right now, traffic is looking fairly light and calm out there across the area. We'll keep an eye on your traffic. We'll also update you on your forecasts in just a little bit. But for now, let's get you up to date with your weekend sports across the area.